Most people think they know the craziest stories of World War II, but there's one tale almost no one talks about. A story so unbelievable that tank crews around the world still call it the Miracle Run. And it all began with one French tank, 4 exhausted men, and an entire German column waiting to crush them. This is the unbelievable story of the Char B1 bis crew that took on 100 enemies and won. It's May 16th, 1940. France is collapsing under the German Blitzkrieg. Columns of panzers push forward every hour, swallowing towns and villages like fire racing through dry grass. Most French units are retreating, but not everyone. The crew of Char B1 bis tank number Eure, commanded by Captain Pierre Billotte, is moving in the opposite direction, straight toward the enemy. Inside the tank, it's a world of metal, heat, and noise. The Char B1 bis is huge, heavily armored, and brutally difficult to operate. War has already been unforgiving that morning. Billotte's crew is tired, soaked in sweat, and stretched to their limit. But they're about to meet the full force of the German advance. Alone. As the tank clears the smoke of a burning village, the crew sees something that turns their blood cold. Spread across the road are rows of German vehicles, armored cars, troop carriers, anti-tank guns, and dozens of infantry moving in formation. A full German column, nearly 100 strong, stands between the French tank and their own lines. Any logical commander would turn back. Any sane man would retreat. But Billotte isn't like most men. He sees a small gap in the road. If he can break through, he can disrupt the German advance and open a path for French forces behind him. There's no time to debate. He shouts one order: forward! The German soldiers freeze for a moment, stunned at the lone tank rumbling toward them. Then the valley erupts into fire. Enemy rounds hammer the tank from every direction. Machine guns, anti-tank shells, rifles, an entire column concentrating its fire on a single target. Inside, the crew braces as shells slam into the armor, shaking the tank violently. But the Char B1 bis is a monster. Its armor is so thick that most of the German rounds simply bounce off. There's no time to celebrate. The gunner fires the 75 mm hull cannon at the nearest anti-tank gun. A thunderous blast. The enemy crew disappears in smoke. The turret turns, slow but steady, and the 47 mm gun fires again and again. Soldiers scatter, vehicles ignite. The road transforms into a battlefield of fire and chaos. Inside the tank, visibility is almost zero. Smoke leaks through cracks, sweat drips, and every breath tastes like oil and hot metal. Billotte stays calm, issuing precise commands. His crew matches his intensity, focused, relentless. They knock out 2 panzers blocking the road, then a third. Explosions light the sky as the tank pushes deeper, crawling over debris and burning steel. German soldiers can't believe what they're seeing. Some flee. Others fire desperately. But nothing stops the Char B1 bis. At one point, an anti-tank shell slams into the front armor so hard the entire crew thinks they're done for. Dust rains from the ceiling, smoke fills the cabin, but the armor holds, and they keep moving. After nearly 15 minutes of non-stop combat, the German line begins to collapse. The tank has destroyed 2 Panzer III tanks, 11 armored vehicles and guns, and countless infantry positions. 13 confirmed enemy machines are burning behind them. A force designed to crush the French advance has been split in half by 1 tank and 4 men. The Char B1 bis bursts through the final line of resistance, opening a path that French troops would later use to escape encirclement. This single tank didn't just survive, it changed the course of the battle. Hours later, when the crew returns to friendly lines, mechanics rush to inspect the tank. What they find leaves them speechless. The Char B1 bis has taken over 140 hits, many from point-blank anti-tank guns. Not a single round penetrated. The tank is dented, scorched, shaken, but still running. The crew is exhausted, covered in soot, nearly deaf from the thunder inside the hull. But they did what no one thought possible. 4 men, 1 tank, 100 enemies. And they didn't just survive, they won. History remembers heroes in many forms, but sometimes the greatest stories come from small groups, ordinary soldiers who refuse to back down. The crew of Char B1's Eure didn't set out to become legends. They simply did their duty. And in doing so, they carved their names into military history forever. If you want more true war stories like this, subscribe to Shadows of War, because the past is more unbelievable than anything fiction could dream up.